It's like a little hideout.
This is where you go when you want to skip a bunch of trash.
But we can't skip any of the trash.
We're not.
I see what you did there.
Everybody here, it's 3 after, let's go.
Alright, do a red check. If you're flasking, you can go ahead and flask. If you're using elixirs, you can hold off.
Look, Chili, the longer it takes us to get there, the less wipes we'll have.
Alright, Alucard, you got triangles, I got squares, we're pulling, focus skull, and ink. Welcome back to the healer group, Sham. Enjoy your
Thanks.
stay. Go ahead and once X is down, or once Skull is down, go ahead and bring down the Soul Binder. Bring Soul Binder down. Kill it. Put detect invisibility on our hunters and our tanks, please. Alright, start moving up. Let's go. Finn's got that. Should be a second one over here. Move forward, guys.
Reality, can you taunt this one off me? I just got a 3rd stack of the armor buff, thank you.
I got it. I got it for now.
I ran a little too close to an imp.
Mark can use it. Wait, we're not pulling these yet. I do not want to pull the Soul Binder with us. Just hold. Alright, once we kill this imp, we will pull this group. Alright, I'll grab this one. Ink. Let's go. Don't go too far, guys. Once this skull is dead, you can grab the circle. Go ahead and pull in the Soul Binder. Ink. Sorry, melee. Alright, once triangle's dead, wrap the corner. Can't think. Kill this Deathbringer, hold here.
Back up down the ramp a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. You're still getting hit
Okay.
by imps.
Alright, we're pulling these down to here. You ready? I'll grab that. Alright, go ahead and pull.
Hunter is down.
Get out. We
I
need,
got him.
we need to run. Oh my.
Yes, sir, so.
Well,
The other bank guard.
It's a white ball.
Yeah, that's bad.
Everything,
Oh, every time
everything,
respawn in this game.
everything despawn and respawn.
Do we know why that's happening?
Because we drop out of combat.
Was it like a pain death?
No, there's no way we dropped into combat. We still had some left.
Or I was tanking it.
Yeah, like we had one thing still alive when everything despawned.
If it helps, I feigned death, and the mob still kept attacking me, and then I died, and then everything reset.
Well, it's not even
There's
feign
that,
there.
please.
But yeah, it's no more feign deaths. Let's just steer clear of that if at all possible. That's stupid. That's a waste of about 10 minutes right there.
Butler, tell your story again. Make us feel better.
I like Butler stories.
No more stories tonight.
Do wreck for that.
You haven't quite wrecked. Here, hold on.
Not me, Butler. Hugs, not drugs, buddy.
So said la bullshit.
Yeah.
Wasn't a total waste. I fixed up some bunkers and stuff. Who do I talk to? And Alex
Right.
3, can you provide a teleport up to Apex Point? Is that what
Yep.
That's because you're late to carry all the shit around as well.
But you keep running. Yeah, but it cancelled 3 times. Because you're not running enough fast.
enough fast.
Fast enough.
I am sorry, guys.
I like
am
enough
not
fast
speed.
better.
The best
Take
thing
two.
Butler ever did. Told us he wasn't speed.
Who?
Zyle the Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
He was slow to move out of something and apologize because he wasn't speed.
Yeah, his English was fuck off. But I mean, thankfully, he was a douche, so.
You know that's Walter's brother, right?
I think best is I went back to my DMs in Discord and I literally looked him up and he said, "Did I do something right?" Not in this exact terms, right? Because did I do something wrong yesterday? I ear my name sometimes, but I don't understand what you guys are saying. So he'd hear his name, wondering if you did something wrong or something else was going on.
By the time the axe thing happened, I had already knew that there was no point really discussing, like, talking to him in Discord, because it wasn't going to be accepted, right? Anyway, shut up. Let's go down.
Klaus, let me know when you're good. Alright, rinse and repeat, you're doing fine there. No feign deaths. Just keep things moving. Make sure hunters and your tanks have detective visibility. Appreciate it.
Klaus, the furry chicken.
Close.
Okay, well. Sorry, Tate. I forgot that charge snares him, and so I started to run away, and he smacked the shit out of you.
It's par for the course for taters.
Technically, if he lives, you have to be
Go and get the
sorry to
Soulbinder.
heal him.
Bring the Soulbinder down. Focus Soulbinder first, guys. Alright, mine's out.
He says dead.
Yep.
Did I kill him?
I don't know if he life
Murdered
tapped or
it.
what. He was low
No.
health.
No, murder killed him.
Yeah, murder killed it.
I will right away though. Get murdered.
Just res him real quick. We're good.
I got mind controlled and then he said I was dead.
That was murder.
Get him buffed as we go. Start moving. Get him topped off, please.
Already did once.
You got that one? Bring that
Yo,
one with
could
us.
this bitch not try to stand behind me? It's annoying.
Did not everything respawn here? Jesus. Oh, they respawn now. Jeez. Alright, we're pulling this. Stay here, please. Once that life shaper is down, you can pull that third one. Grab circle. Kill a soul binder. Get off skull.
Oh, good. You'll extend. Murph.
Let's grab these two. Soul binder first. Moving up.
Come back down the ramp again so we get to the mosh space for the
Yeah, we'll just hang back here. Not too far. It's right here. I love how we're not even moving and they're just kind of walking around. Some BS. I'll grab square. Guys, you can't just run through that. Pay
Just
attention.
follow my tank.
I'm going to pick up assassins. Multiple assassins, Inc. Got that. We'll lessen this next pack. Alright, start moving forward. Okay, bulk has skull. Alucard, you get on square and triangle.
Are we gonna
Yep.
wait for the last fort to?
We're lusting here. Okay? Alright, I'll grab this too. Go. Circle's loose. grabbing square off him. Alright, drink your mana. Stop for a second. No, it's not. Alright, pull this. Alright, good to move in.
What did he do to me? What the fuck?
He did you and Finn, that's funny. Alright, we're good to pass here. Hug the right. They're right here, heads up. I'm on the stairs a little bit. Finally good loot drop again. No side
Man, I was gonna let him die.
Freaking side jack.
You're clear all the way down the stairs if you want to bring the Vanquisher down.
No, I don't have room to rock there. There's healers and DPS just stand in my way. I think they're doing it on purpose now. See Disco hiding against the wall. East side too. I'll disarm him. Indeed. Alright, as we're getting buffed up here, quick reminder, healers, especially Resto Shamans, your priority is on the Flame Seer targets. Remember, you guys should be chaining off Flame Seer targets at all times, because they're the ones taking by far the most damage. Melee, tanks, make sure you're resetting your debuffs whenever possible. 5 stacks should be basically your cap. If you go to 6, get reset right away. Quick reminder, and this is especially for Pete and anyone else who hasn't done this fight very much. When you get conflags, you should be getting a DBM warning. You should be getting a notice from Finn. Finn will call it out in Discord because he sees who she's targeting. You have 3.5 seconds to get out. All of our DPS, I don't care if a tank is at 2% health. I don't care if you have half a second left on a trinket proc. You have to stop casting and immediately beeline for the door here. You got to get back here. Both of our really good attempts in this fight the past week or so, we've wiped because someone waited 1 second too long. That's it. 1 second is all it takes for your flag to splash the raid and basically wipe us immediately. But it's hyper important. I don't care if your DPS is godly. I don't care if your healing's going crazy. As soon as you get targeted for conflag and DBM gives you a warning or Finn tells you, you run your ass out right away and you keep going until the conflag hits you at the door. You'll get healed back up. You run back to your spot. Melee. Go ahead, Taters.
I was going to say, as a reminder, that conflag cast at the location that you were when it goes off. So it's totally possible that you make it to the door, but you were too close to the group when it went off, and it's going to hit that location. So you can't afford to wait.
You cannot stop. That's exactly right. All right, make sure we have all of our hellstones out of. We have 2 of them right
It
now.
works a lot like the conflag on Kel'Thas, if you remember that one. You know how she shot an area and everybody around that got hit by it? It's kind of the same deal.
So am I dropping Wind Fury?
Azul, yes, you are. Wind Fury for myself and Finn.
Well, for Finn it's useless. You probably use oil, I guess.
I need it for threat.
Yeah,
so
but
yes.
it's for you. Okay.
Real quick, the way we're doing this pull this time is Finn's actually probably gonna do the body pull, which means as timer goes off, he'll probably start the fight on his own. I need an immediate misdirect. Murphy's gonna be misdirecting Sacrolash to Valk at 0. And then after we start an initial pull, Kiatu, you're gonna use your misdirect on Soto, okay? Yes, we are. I'll tell that in a second, Taters. Alright, Taters is going to be the one calling for lust. Please listen for Tate. We are not lusting on the pull here. We are holding off until threat is stabilized and we have a good attempt. It'll probably be somewhere on 50% or sub 50% on Sacrolash, so just wait for that. Do not pop lust early. If you want to hold cooldowns, you can. Again, this is going to be a little bit more of a slower burn time because we brought 1 extra healer. And Sham, thank you, Sham. And Pete, you as well. So we're over healing this fight, so it's gonna take longer. If and when Sacrolash goes down, remember guys, you need to immediately, as long as there's not a flag cast going out, everyone immediately drop down to right behind Alice's ass. Easy to find, right? You're gonna drop right there, and then the rest of the fight is heal, DPS, and Finn has 1 job to do, and as long as he does that 1 job and resets his flame stacks, we're good to go. Alright, doing a general ready check. Make sure you have food buffs. You guys should be going all out here. Elixirs, flasks, everything. We'll wait another minute or so until Lust is close to up.
Hey Vol, dumb question 'cause I don't remember. In phase 2, do we still get flag or no?
No. Okay. So the way it works, guys, is when Sacrolash dies, Aliceth absorbs her Shadow Nova and she stops doing conflag. Right. So she will now do Shadow Nova on the raid, which does splash damage on all of us, but does not basically wipe us, and she no longer does conflag.
And I have noticed Shadow Nova does not reset threat when they're stunned in the tank. I noticed last week, right?
Shadow Nova? No, Shadow Nova won't. It's her other ability that stuns us for 6 seconds. That doesn't reset threat, but it just pops it to the second threat. All right, let's wait to see if Pete. Hold on, let's make a little space for Pete, Mr. Pitois. See if you can get up here without wiping us. Be very careful.
Go on, what?
You have to stand on this ledge in phase 1, and you can't just like run jump. You got to do a slow like side jump.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm serious. If you fall down, you're gonna wipe us. Glad you're sober. Ish. Alright, pull timer's coming soon. Remember, initial misdirect. If Murphy, you're misdirecting Valk, Sacrolash to Valk. Finn starts the pull, misdirect me, and then after we have the pull started, then it'll be Kiatu, misdirect Soto, Sacrolash to Soto. Alright, pull timer coming.
Continue.
Resetting. Watch for threat. Bulk stun should be on Soto now. Guys, watch your stacks.
Gotta heal the conflag targets.
I think he was line of sight.
I need to reset stacks.
Do it. Don't tell us, just go.
I'm stunned. That's awkward.
Drone.
And let's list.
That's my frenzied regen.
Do you want me to pop?
No. I think we should have held low, so we lost like third of the raid.
There was only 2 people, dude.
I'm dead. You need to torch the boss.
Doesn't matter, it's a wipe. Stand on fire, guys. Stand on fire and just die. Not a kill.
I just want to see if we can get Sarkalash, dude.
Okay. Healers, did you have line of sight on Tiny? I
did not. I got 1 lesser heal on him, and then I lost line of sight.
Okay. Head toward when you guys are getting the conflag. So if you guys melee, if you see the curtains right here, don't head towards the curtains. You want to head towards kind of the lip of the ramp, more towards where the ramp starts to go up, not towards kind of where it's below the ramp. So that was Tiny. Alright, Trongs was a conflag death. Side is just a bunch of flames here.
5 seconds.
I know. I'm looking at it. Okay, worth reminding for all heal. I know we're overhealing this, but this first minute and a half, you guys need to pretend like your mana bar only matters for the first minute and a half. If you're going into phase 2, I am totally okay with that. You guys just need to be going absolutely crazy in phase 1. What we need to do is make sure the raid's alive. If you guys are either or close to heading into phase 2, not as big of a deal. But if people are dying because we're not maximizing our HPS, we need to fix that. That's like the one thing we got to do. Make sure you guys double check what ranks you're using for COH, for chain heal, everything. I don't like, unless there's a specific or strategic need to down rank, there's no reason you should be down ranking on this fight, especially for AoE healing. So real quick, I want Espresso, you're still, for the most part, on Finn, correct?
Yeah, I've been hitting you, Finn, and Soto.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, so Abercrombie and Espresso, you guys basically have all 3 tanks. Chili, you're on us as well. Chili, I want you to also, when a conflag goes out, try to prioritize a quick heal or 2 snap heal on that, and then Druids, I want you helping where you can on the conflag targets. The rest of our healers, both priests and all of our shamans, you guys continue to go with COH and with chain heal. Again, max rank, COH, max rate, chain heal. I don't care if you're heading into phase 2, I care that the raid's alive.
So Disco Cinnaboo do melee, and Pete and Whistle will do ranged.
Looking where Tiny Skeleton is, I don't see how he would line of sight.
I don't know, there's a chance I don't know, like the lip of the ledge or something too. Just see where the gold intersects with the brown right there, or the bronze we're gonna call it. Like head towards that point, like the intersecting point at the bottom of the ramp. I would head in that direction. That's like you're least likely to hit other melee, as well as you should have both range and line of sight.
If you go too far that way, you might run maybe out of range.
They're not as far as I can tell. But again, just head towards that edge of the gold. Technically, Tawny wasn't in a bad spot. Just and healers, if you need to, you can just hinge more to the right because the healers are your melee DPS are always going to go to the left. So you guys, I guess, should edge more towards the right versus hard left, like Azul. I'm not sure I love that spot. Why?
Because you're not going to be able to heal the melee that run left. Because this big circular thing's going to line of sight you from them.
Again, really important, all melee, make sure you're watching your stacks. 5 to 6 stacks, you need to be resetting in fire, just run out for a second. And whenever the tanks are going, it's probably a good time to do it too. Because myself or Soda will be resetting at 5 or 6 stacks each time.
We'll chance it. Try to reset there. She stopped me as soon as I tried to walk out.
You guys have millstones. Everyone's ready. We have 4 minutes. We're gonna do this pull without lust, guys. So we're gonna go. If it comes up at some point in the fight, we'll pop it. But we're gonna pull in the next 30 seconds here. So be ready. Murphy, be ready.
Blap, 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 blap.
Oh man. Melee, you gotta move.
I can't move. I'm
That should
flat.
not be happening.
Gotta pay attention. We're gonna wipe if you don't get your nose out of your bars.
Swipe it up. Guys, that should not be happening. I don't want to get pissed right now, but get your head out of your ass and figure out what you can do to not wipe the rage for something really simple and stupid called conflag. This is not a difficult fight unless people keep not paying attention due to conflag. We're wasting precious time, wasting really good attempts with crap like that. Fix it.
I kept getting a warning of stack high on something. It just kept telling me stack high. What is that?
It's fire. So it means you have too high of either fire or shadow. So melee are going to be getting warnings for shadow debuff stacks. Range are going to be getting warnings for the fire debuff stacks. You guys will normally get resets from the Shadow Nova. It should be hitting you guys, but in the event, if you get really high on fire stacks, you can always try to run down into melee for a second and take a Shadow Blade, which should reset your stacks. But again, I wouldn't recommend, especially for healers, you guys shouldn't be moving. You just got to deal with it as best you can.
I'm pretty sure it was a shadow debuff I had on me at the time when it was screaming at me.
I also noticed about 40 seconds before July, the person targeted with Shadow debuff ran out of range.
No, okay, so let's clean this up right now, guys. Again, I shouldn't even have to be talking about this. We've been doing this fight for more than a week. There's 100 videos out there, there's 100 summaries. You do not move a Shadow Nova. In fact, we need Shadow Nova to hit the raid to reset fire stacks. So do not leave the raid if you have a Shadow Nova being cast on you. Only can flag. Shadow Nova, you do not move. It's actually vitally important that the raid gets splash damage from the Shadow Nova, so range get their fire debuffs reset. Do not run out.
Would have been Sham Shock.
Yeah.
Only can flag. Can flag is what you run out for. those with immunity too. So whether it's rogues, mages, paladins, in the event your stacks are getting high one way or another, you can always just preemptively just pop an immunity to help out your healers just a little bit. But again, you should be getting reset every, especially on fire, like 5 to 7 stacks. You should be getting Shadow Novas. Melee tanks, we should be resetting on our own Shadow stack 5 to 7, 5 to 6 on the fire where Finn's tanking.
So if you're going to immunity conflag, wait till it hits you out of the group. Because if you immunity it and stay where you are, it's going to get everybody.
Honestly, I'd recommend not doing it. Don't immunity conflag.
We're losing a lot of conflag targets. It's going to help either. There's no other place to use immunities, really.
I'm not seeing our wipes do to like the single target conflag death though, so we'll worry about that. Yeah, and he didn't have immunity. So it wouldn't have mattered.
But if he had, he would have lived.
I would highly recommend not using your immunities on conflag, because if you pop it too early, you can wipe the raid. Yeah, they can do that if they need to. If you want to use your PvP strength, you're more than welcome to. Doing a general ready check, I'm watching mana. We do have less up this time, but we will not be popping it unless A, we're at 50% on Sacrilege, and B, a vast majority of the raid is alive.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Full timer coming soon. Little Thaddeus luck. Jetta, cast on me. Cast on me. Watch, I gotta move. Just a fire just to your left melee.
Conflag soon.
Moving this way a little bit. So to go to your right some. Go to your right some. Taters.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Trong, she's coming to you. Should have shattered a long time ago.
Doesn't matter. Just wipe it up.
Soto's dead.
You can get crit.
No, I didn't. She did crush me, but it was only a 4-2. And that was, so in a half, so it's 0.6 seconds, I got 4-2 crushed, 7-1 regular auto, renew, life room, regen, life bloom, dark strike 1-5, dark strike 9.
What's your health at? What was your health at fully buffed?
2167. Or 21670. I had been slowly switching out for Thread. I'll put another piece of tanky on, I guess. I didn't switch anything between purple and that one.
Really be careful for no parries.
Sakurai kill moves. That's why you get double hits.
Jesus, you didn't get any dodges in there at all. That's kind of... You weren't stunned at that time, were you? I don't think you were.
I was stunned during the auto attacks from Shadow Nova, and I started to strafe to move the boss when I died. Like literally as soon as I took a step right, I died. But I hadn't turned my back yet.
Would,
I was about to. I was about to turn my back to the boss.
Yeah, no, I obviously don't do that. Just be careful when you strafe, because there's a chance you still get hitting you from behind there. Like that just looked really awkward between the lack of dodges and the amount you're getting hit for. But
think I'm gonna back off a little bit though and try to let you actually tank the boss, because I'm getting smacked. Look at it,
I think
last
the
last
first
hit,
Nova.
she's hitting me really hard.
Yeah, Finn brought up a good point. Just make sure, melee when you're running to go fire, just you come back in, try not to be in front of her when you're trying to melee again, because there is a chance you could pay her haster, which is not fun for the tanks.
And same thing when they often get the aggro turn in.
I'd either go with your insignia trinket or the kind of the stam trinket. You don't need Zerker's Call here, I don't think. I think we'll be fine on threat once we're set. Just
I was using, yeah, I'm gonna go back to shot. I was using the Zerker's Call last week because I was having a real hard time getting threat.
that'll be fine.
That means I can switch PvP bracers on.
Alright, you're ready to check, watch a minute. Clean up the little things, we got this, guys. Just pay attention. Be careful when you get on the ledge. No full timer coming.
Flag soon.
Guys are passing Soda. Soda's nowhere near, God. Soda's nowhere near top 2. Push. Just hold back for a second, let him build. Better. Alright, you should be getting building some threat here. Reset stacks when she gets on me.
Once you're unstunned, I'll reset.
Flag soon.
Good time to health to
Get to.
Lost?
Yes, lust.
Lust now.
Full stun on bulk.
The boss needs to be purged.
We need any shaman, get on him. You saw you passed me?
Ah, shit.
What do you mean, Osh? What do you mean, Osh shit?
I already used my shatter.
Okay.
So jump down.
It's alright, half the word's dead. Just wipe it up. When did you use your shatter?
With soda.
What do you, no. Before or after lust?
It was before lust because I was above soda, so I shattered.
I'm gonna stick to the DPS trinket. I'm not having any.
Alright. We need a healer assigned directly to conflag targets at this point. We will be, Gross. We're just trying to work out the kinks right now. Honestly, Lust is the last thing I'm worried about at this point. I'm worried a little bit more about tank threat. I'm worried a little bit more about healing. I'm worried a little bit more about complex.
Well, Lust help healer a lot.
Well, my idea was she's alive for a minute and a half, right? So lusting in the second 45 seconds of her life versus the first 45 seconds.
Yeah.
I figured having Lust during execute phase and halfway through the boss to have healers a chance to catch up with Lust was better than having it at the start.
Yeah, no, Azul, I get what you're saying, man, but we only have 4 shamans right now, so we don't have a lot of great options unless we start mixing and matching groups and take away from our DPS some, because again, we're dealing with 4 shaman situation.
Well, at least it will help the 3 shaman that are healer.
You guys have Lust.
Yeah, I need lusting sooner.
You're saying, yeah, okay, again, we will figure out our timing for Lust, guys. I'm not as worried about Lust right now. We will get that figured out in a minute here.
To be honest, Azul, look at your group, man. Lust when it's best for you, because all it's going to do is help Hulk Gen threat. That's the only thing it's doing.
I moved him to the healer group before Lust.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my threat's mostly fine, so I'm worried about a little bit more about yours.
That was a dodge on the first mangle, and then no crit on Maul, and no rage from there, so I didn't have to drink it.
Star, don't forget, you don't have to stand in front of her at the start of the fight. You can hang out behind her, and that should help a lot with any of your misses.
No, I'm saying I'm mangling on the chart. Like, I'm charging in as soon as the misdirect hits you, so that you have aggro, and I'm mangling, hoping that it's...
Yeah, what I'm telling you is, like, don't, like, I see you kind of hanging with me. Don't hang with me. Hang with the melee initially, and as you're building threat and you know I'm getting ready to get stunned, then you can rotate over.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's kind of like Gruul. Same exact concept. You don't have to hang with the tank. Just...
Here's a bot.
Thank you. Make sure you guys are getting hellstones. Any moment, guys, you're like hovering half health. Just monitor your health as well. Pop a hellstone. It's gonna save your life.
It's happened a few times, and it's happened twice tonight. But if at any point the boss is running up the ramp to you, you need to either drop threat or jump down. We cannot let the boss run up the ramp. If you don't have target of target, turn it on.
Check coming, watch a minute. Make sure you have all your buffs. We need a gift on the healer group. Yep, get the wisdom up too.
We need to get all around.
What's Lust look like?
4.5 minutes.
Stop wasting my successful jumps. I'm gonna fuck that up eventually.
Again, we're gonna do it without Lustful here. In a few seconds. Alright, full timer coming. She's targeting him. No, we're good. You passed me.
Yeah, I didn't crit that time, so I get to talking shit about myself.
Reset extraction real quick. Where are we moving to?
RJ.
This is not a great place to be in Soto. Keep pushing.
Has Shadow Nova not hit the group?
Five go quick, guys. Just die, release, run back. If you're already dead, release, run back. Healers, talk to me. It's our gap right now. Just looking through some of the dust and stuff. Again, it's worth repeating, especially for chain healers. You guys need to make sure you're mostly chain healing off of our Flame Seer targets, especially the ones that have higher stacks. One who has like 1 or 2 stacks of Flame Seer, not massive. Once we're getting to like 6, 7, 8 stacks, just be monitoring who's got Flame Seer plus the additional debuffs.
Mainly need to make sure you're not going above 5 stacks, 4 or 5 stacks with a shadow debuff.
Correct. So you guys are going to be getting the warning for too many stacks. I think it's 6. I think it's preset to 6. You should be heading over to Flame before that warning ever goes off. Please be careful, don't go off the ledge. This will be a full lust pull. Please do not skimp on your consumes. More than likely, guys, we're gonna stop. We're gonna do probably 3, possibly 4 more pulls here, and then we're gonna head over to BT to do 6 of 9, including Illidan. So let's make these count. Klaus, let us know when you're ready. Okay, full timer coming. Make sure you do not drop down until you see where it says casting. No rage. 0 rage. Gotta let her hit me at least one soda.
Sage it.
Back on soda. What happened?
I got stunned.
I'm not gonna call this here. Horde.
Yeah, hold it. Wipe it up, wipe it up, wipe it up. Too many deaths. Wipe it up. Just wipe it up. Cannon fire. So the first 2 deaths are just flame seer deaths. 0 direct healing for 5 seconds. Unless I'm looking at this wrong. Yeah, 0 direct healing for Sinabu and Kiatu for...
Well, they were low, and then they all got Shadow Furied, and they were already behind, so they couldn't catch up after this time. But that stun's gonna happen. That's what resets your stacks. You have to be prepared for that.
Summon once you guys are in position. Being able to stand in fire, have them take any durability loss. Again, once you guys are there, can I get a summon from one of the warlocks, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Here's what we're gonna do on this pull. After the first conflag, we are gonna lust earlier on this pull. So after the first conflag goes out.
Falk, do you want us to do Soul Suns this attempt?
Yep. I want normal healers to
Okay,
do
I got-
Pete Disco and Espresso.
Okay, I got Disco.
I'm torn. Do I do Pete? Do I do Butler?
Pick one, do it.
One already has it. You gotta do Pete. Apparently someone soul stoned Abercrombie, even though I said not to. That's cool.
I've been doing it all day.
That's fine. Alright, full timer come, let's be smart. Again, after first conflag, we'll go ahead and lust for the primary groups. Focus up. Please don't powered shield me on pull any of the rage. Thank you. Stunned.
Flag Murphy.
Wait until after.
Azul lust, or everybody lust. Sorry, Shaman.
Sham shocks down. You can. Watch throw it. Do not pull up Blood Fury here. Come on, guys. I am screwed on threat. Swipe it up. Alright, I need some more voices right now. What's going wrong? Like what are the current issues? Because like so Sham Shock's death, for example. 6 seconds no direct healing from Flames here. Murphy died from Conflag. So guys, we have to fix healing assignments, and I can't monitor who's healing who at all times. We have to fix it now or this fight's never gonna go down. We're over healing this by 1 to 2 healers. And we have deaths from 5-6 seconds of no direct heals. So how can I help you guys?
I don't know if anybody's talking to you right now, Volk, but I think
no one is. No one's talking. That's part of the problem. And I'm getting kind of frustrated because we got 80 of you guys and no one's saying a word to me.
Healing assignments for groups. I mean, that'll definitely help. I'm kind of scattered all over the place.
We have a healing channel and it's been silent. We have a dedicated channel to communicate that type of thing.
We will bang our head against this fight for the next month if we have to, but it's going to be due to not communicating healing. And again, that's one of the things. I cannot manage direct healing assignments, nor can I monitor who you're healing at all times. I did it for Brutalis because I had to. I don't want to do it for every single boss.
If we have Espresso mainly rolling odds on the tanks and have it Shaman spamming chain heal on the melee, can we have maybe Aber focus on the conflag when it happens? Because I feel like just like rolling some hots on the conflag target should save him.
I mean, should, but they still need direct healing. We can't just assume that the hots are going to keep them up. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least if we say like Aber, at least like pump a couple hots on the conflag target, so it keeps him alive more than just 6 seconds of no healing. And we can spread the 3 shamans if they want to focus like on their group first, or like their primary target should be their groups. if they're looking for targets.
I mean,
to
that's fine, but just realize that by having those two targets, or having Sham and Azul, for example, like that means they're basically not touching melee at all. No chain heals from them are going to be hitting melee if they're focusing on group 3 and group 4. Well, I guess technically he would chain, so Azul would chain off of me, but what the hell, guys? What happened?
Someone pulled that group.
Don't move. Hey, Soto, stop. Soto, stop. Soto, stop. If you're not in combat, don't move. Did they reset? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Pay attention, guys.
Well, if I chain you from you, I'm only needing you from my group. But
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like you're gonna be kind of an outlier because you've got both ranged and melee.
But I can be group 5 and me side chain Expresso.
Okay. Well, again, you guys figure it out. I'll leave it to the shamans to decide how they want to disperse their chain heals. Pete and Disco are actually, I mean, HPS from our 2 holy priests are pretty top notch right now. You guys are doing pretty good. Except for last pull, Pete was dead, like, early on. It's not even telling me why Pete died. He's the only one I can't see why he died. That's weird.
Because he went into spirit, so you don't see his death.
I got nothing. Yeah. That's annoying. Okay, we have 1, possibly 2 pulls left on this before we head to BT, so let's make them count either way. Again, the idea here is to survive until phase 2. Phase 2 gets much easier. If you need a summon, call for it now so we can get this done quickly.
Can I get a summon, please?
Espresso, are you close or far away?
I'm getting closer. I've just booted that pack and pulled.
Okay. If you guys are getting your buffs up, or waiting. Don't fall off the ledge, please.
On a side note, my water partner still.
That sounds horrible.
Neither of them want to give up.
So stupid.
Time to watch some Obi-Wan episodes.
Right? Hey, Finn, remind me when we get down there. I need to redo commanding shout, because you're out of range when I do it at the start.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you don't really need it right now. You're not dying, but skip it out. Make sure you get your food buffs, get everything else. Waiting on Sajay. Alright. Full timer coming. We may or may not use Lust here, but just listen for it. Myself or Tater's calling it.
It's on cooldown.
I know. I was just saying, when it comes up, don't use it yet. Blab, make sure you're doing demo.
Big flag soon. Side J.
Should be on Soda right now.
Melee, look at your stack.
Up stacks. Charleston, if you have to. Side high stacks.
Come flag soon.
Murder.
Turret high stacks.
Purge the boss.
Any shaman needs to purge.
Come flag soon. Nisai.
Set it down.
Melee, watch stacks.
Keep going for now.
Purge boss.
Keep pushing. Okay, listen, Warlock. So Nisai, keep your threat up. I don't want you to drop. Okay. Ah, it's on Taters. All right, wait to jump down. Don't jump down yet. Don't jump yet. You're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Just watch threat.
Folk, watch out.
Oh, was it on me? Are you kidding me? It targeted me there because I was stunned. No.
Boss jump? Oh, the bop was bad.
There's not much we can do about it.
It's coming back to Volk. Keep healing. See if we can kill Sarkalash.
I just got confounding blow again. Just get spam stunned. So that's new. I didn't realize if I am currently unable to tank as a confounding blow, that I can get flag.
You'll get conflagged when you're tanking the boss anyway. I found that out on Monday or Wednesday.
Okay. All right. I'm assuming so. Sai-J. So Sai-J ran out for conflag, didn't get a reset from Nova, and had two high stacks.
Yeah, I was spamming it, and then I had to heal Pete and Aber. So
yeah. Okay. Hey guys, if you're dead, release and run back. We're doing one more pull and then we're done here. Okay. One more pull for the night, and we're heading to BT. Release, run back, get back quick. We have lusts, full consumes everything. That tempo is quite a bit better.
In that same event, like you were saying at the end of the fight, if Soto goes down and I get threat, you're telling me to wait until he gets halfway up the ramp and then jump down?
Yeah, so basically what's going to happen, let's say one of the two tanks dies. At that point in time, when one of us gets confounding blow, when she targets a range, such as probably one of the warlocks, do not drop your threat. You want her to come towards you, and then right before she reaches melee range on you, either confounding the blow will drop on me, or you jump down and bring her back to the melee group. But don't just wait until she gets near you, and then you can jump down. Then she'll come back down again.
If I'm the tank that's dead, I'll call for your jump. That one was just that I called your jump, and as you jumped off, somebody bopped you, and that just threw everything off. Does that mean that she targeted a different range, and she kept running up the ramp? Yeah, Murph, that's going to depend. If it's a melee that's below you, a feint is probably fine, but if it's any caster or healer that's right below you, then if you feint, it's going to...
Yeah, good point. Got it.
Yeah, and don't forget, if and when Sai-J dies, any one of our shamans should be purging her buff off of her, because Sai-J is priority on dispelling, but spell stealing from that. So if he's dead, you guys got to purge it. Yep, next time.
We should have less
up there.
time.
We don't have much time to purge the boss.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. It'll be tiny or really tiny. It'll be tiny.
In a normal raid night, chicken will be here and it'll be tiny and sham.
What was that, Taters?
It's like game shot too.
I understand with lust after the first conflag this time. It should be up. I think without Soto's death, that was it.
Very close. And again, we can fully afford if we have, let's say we have 2 or 3 people dead, but Sacrilege goes down, that's still very killable. We don't need the whole raid up when Sacrilege is down.
We're surviving long enough to kill it. We just have to be a little better.
And again, it's worth repeating. So the phase 2 transition, once Sacrilege is dead, you guys immediately drop down to behind the boss. You continue to DPS. Finn should be miles ahead on threat, so you shouldn't have any threat issues. Continue to heal the raid, heal Finn, And at that point, what's going to happen is she will still do flame sear. You'll still have the flame debuffs. So your question is going to be, well, how am I resetting debuffs? She is going to Shadow Nova one of the people in the raid. You don't move. You just stand there. We all get Shadow Nova together, including Finn. Finn's going to wrap around and jump in there right as she's finishing her cast. So to make sure he gets hit by it as well, and we all reset. And it's rinse and repeat from there. And that makes the fight so much easier.
Yeah, you can honestly kill this one 5 or 6 people up because Sacrolanche is already dead.
If you need to repair, there is a repair bot back up right now. Get your Hellstones.
I need your buff.
This is our last pull here for the night. Unless we have one of these miracle pulls where it's like we got uber close and it was just right there. But again, we need to go to BT after this. We'll little TLC before Wednesday. Do not fall down. I'm watching your man up, Butler, inside. Just let me know when you're good.
Yeah, drinking now.
Butler, do you have
Yeah, buddy.
Pete, you good?
I'm gonna need just a sec, sorry.
Okay. Might as well do this. Tainted core. Stay with Pete. Is that Pete or someone else? Alright, I think I heard him say good. So I think I'm assuming that we're good. Alright.
Good.
It's okay. Full timer coming. Be ready. Make this one count, guys. Taters will call Lust here. No one else but Taters. And I got stunned.
And flag soon. Murphy. Lust.
Resetting stacks. Sorry. Bring her back this way if you can.
Sorry, she's fucking dancing on me, guys. I apologize.
Man, watch out.
Come flag soon. Stafey.
Stafey.
How come Azul never
Come
left?
flag soon.
I lost, but he put me in a different group.
Keep going. Keep going, Hellstone if you need to. %. Stay alive.
Come flag soon.
I'm done.
It's on both.
Ooh. You went down?
On confounding blow, it's gonna
Yeah, I think all my leaders were dead.
That doesn't matter. Alright, so there's the transition, guys. She's blazing on blappers.
Everybody jump down.
There's no one left up there pretty much, but yeah.
Don't go on fire.
Practice anyway.
Alright, so that's the transition. You guys see how it works.
Good job,
She's going
Waldo.
to
You're
continue to
doing
blaze
right.
the primary tank. You guys will stack behind her, and then eventually she'll... Oh, she didn't even even get a chance to do it. She'll eventually do a Shadow Nova on anyone but the tank. We'll be stacked behind her. All right, run in. And if you've got your necklace, you can go and go to BT. I'll be logging over to the Druid.
Sham, you can respec if you'd like. We don't need to take 8
Pete,
BT.
thank you, sir. You can head out if you want to. We're going to bring in Dance and or Corp.
Yeah, Pete, we really appreciate you coming and helping us.
Yeah, thank you, Pete.
Great. Appreciate you.
I can sit out for either Corp or Dance.
That's cool. Yeah, I know Corp would like to come in, so if you don't mind going.
Yeah, we're going to bring in Corp, Dance, Side going on his Warlock. I'm going on my Druid. We'll have Abercrombie bring in Third Child, and then Espresso, you can bring in Tire Iron.
Alright, go ahead and make your swaps. I'll start invites. Make your swap.
I'll leave right now.
We appreciate you, Nisa.
Yeah.
Thanks for still showing up.
I don't really miss ever.
You know what I mean, though, right?
No, he doesn't. I don't know what you mean either.
I'm telling everybody now, Madness of the Betrayer, so it'll probably let in. Hey man, I'll show you on my bits list where it shows me it's 175 DPS better.
Alright, here's the deal.
So just change your name to Churchian as it will be the following week.
Alright, toss me assists. And then nobody going to BT yet. If you're here, don't go to BT yet.
Yeah, Murder, go in there and see that.
So who did the prolong just left the group right after?
I didn't drop group, I disconnected.
I booted him, that might have been what happened.
Alright, and is Sham respecking or?
Yep.
Perfect, okay. Thank you, Sham, we really appreciate it, by the way.
No problem.
Okay, we need to get Tire Iron in here. There's Third Child.
Just sending over some mats. Or some or consumes.
Okay. Alright, that's it. Perfect. Alright, again, don't go in yet.
Somebody already went in.
Alright, go in, I guess. Who was it? Who went in? Oh, it was Finn. Finn went in.
Yep.
That's fine. That's
Good to know. Okay, we got about an hour and a half, guys, to make this efficient as possible. So, little TLC, BT, but still pay attention, be focused, please. Much appreciated.
Well, did you bring all your FR gear for your druid?
Hmm? I'm good.
Nice.
Which means if we wipe, we can blame it on Finn. Alright, who's not here yet?
Half the raid.
I know that, but I'm just...
Well, then why'd you ask?
Why is Kiatu in Lower City?
Can you give Volk assist, Tater?
I thought I had it. I have often. Alright, once
I
Tiny
need to
Market.
start doing I don't know why I have Might on Volk.
Oh, I may have clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah, this was for chilling.
Yeah. There you go. Should be good.
Alright, let's start moving up, guys. I'll start pulling. We're missing 3 or 4. Soto Skull. Finn, you can take square. I'll take X.
We can skip this.
Skip trash in this guild. Just come up and trade me, Butler. I'll give them to you.
Cool.
Why is this taking so long to die? What's going on?
Because half the raid wasn't here.
What do you mean half the raid? We had 3 people we're missing.
It's half the
Safety,
raid.
Sham Shock, and Haters.
It's half the raid.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Let's go, move up.
So let's go.
Apparently not. Somebody crit the shit.
Got the slimes coming right now. Alright, move up. Set up.
On my way.
Ote. Double hurricanes on melee. She does not want to move.
Can we put salve in the warlocks?
It's probably the paladin that isn't here.
AFK.
Tater's always goes AFK for this trash. If you haven't picked that out yet.
Pulling trash, too busy.
Hey, look at that, guys. We got a hella good pack right there. I don't see a single level metal.
Did we get a res on turret or no?
I can go into this pack right. I don't have to wait for them to check.
Let's have a sense of urgency, guys. I want to keep moving as fast as we can. We do have a limited amount of time to get this done. The main reason we're doing this is for Illidan, so let's make it count.
Julia, oh, you are smart.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're good. I would turn the bosses. Be careful where you're turning the boss, or not the boss, the Hydra, because the pack behind us. Here with Arcane Torrents. I will get first done. Next done. Arcane Torrent if you can.
Shame needs all buffs.
I got Skull, Soto
Now
F.
he's back.
Finn pick up most of the rest. Try to toss a sleep on, we can try to poly Moon or Diamond, but just look at Dispelled either way, but try to sleep Triangle, one of our Klaus if you could. Alright, I have Skull, incoming.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Watch Turtle. On to X. I saw that, Klaus. Nice try. Try to stun it. Okay. Dispel that shield or no? Doesn't matter. Okay. Finn gets Skull, I'll get X. I'll pull for injury. Do not hit the spawns too close to the boss. Move back a bit if you could.
Actually, since you posed this good question, should I pull the Lucas pack?
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot they were up, that's my bad.
I'll go grab it. Fear not.
Check the gear. You guys are getting spiked. Yeah, we need fresh AIs. Fresh anything else that dropped from previous. Finn's your main tank. Murphy, you got pull for Finn. Azul, say when.
Yeah,
I'm watching
mana.
I'm watching dance. I'm watching dances, man. His is lower than yours. Don't pull yet, please.
Turret move to your right.
All right, pull timer coming in 10. Please pick up spikes so we can get out of here quickly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Biggest side melee.
Lust?
Yes, all lust. Get off corp.
Add it.
Okay, thank you. Disco will probably be yours. Get off third child. I'll call for it. In 3, 2, 1, do it. Someone, do it. There you go. Keep Finn up, tank healers. On dance.
He's dead.
Go ahead and get him up, Klaus. Thank you. Title shield soon. When this goes up, pop a Hellstone, everyone. Someone get that off Stafey. Hellstone and pop it, Hellstone and pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it. Good job. Mantle and pearl boots, yay.
Don't forget your badges.
I've watched people turn around there.
Or deep is for nerds.
You're the only one who hasn't passed, so congrats.
And yeah, yeah.
Move up, move up, move up. We got enough healers for pulling, I think. Stun, that's it. Nice. Turn it around, Soda. Clear the melee.
I'm no good. I got this real nice bar of rage I didn't want to get rid of.
It's okay. Just Sajay, pull that one back if you could, before we pull the next group. Don't run into it, guys. I'm gonna pull extra stuff. Too far back. Move back some, guys. Move back a little bit. Probably get the second one. I'll pick this one up.
This one on this side.
Oh, we're good. We're good. That's perfect. Thank you. I will pull these guys, watch the cleaves. Alright, move the dragons back. You got threat on them, move them back. Well, dude. I'll get demon in a second here. I'll just stack it on top of the wind river. Oh, Finn's got it, never mind. Start drinking, we'll pull back in a second. Watch out, man. Grab the skull separately, apparently. Stunned. Watch your threat. Watch your threat. Stunned.
I'm watching it, and I'm winning.
No, you're not.
I was.
Don't pull this yet. Hold on for a second. Everyone get full mana. Check buffs. Trying to pull this tiny. Make sure extra tanks have extra threat at the start. So go ahead and get full buffs out. We'll pull very quickly after the Sphere Bringer. Check your gear. Cool. Alright, go ahead and pull it.
Just realized you were here under Took me a minute.
I'll hold it.
No, you put it on your staff. It does. Gives you damage. 12 damage and 0.5%. Not terrible.
Try to hold your mana as much as possible. Try to minimize deaths to volcanoes here, guys. Would really appreciate that. These guys not in the raids, we should be good. Alright, top your mana off. I'm going to do a ready check. I will be 15 seconds on Blessing of Might on myself and Soto, it looks like. Alright, Finn's got pull, myself and Soto are backups. We'll lust when lust is up.
Ready?
When is lust up?
1 minute. Melee up to you. If you want to gamble, it's your call. Kite phase in 5. Tanks keep building threat. So into Murphy. Remember, watch where you're kiting. We will not lust yet, hold lust. I'll call for it. It's on Volk. Watch Volcano melee. Blappers. Watch Volcano. Watch Volcano. Back on Volk. I'm gonna pull him back this way some. We're still in kite phase for 20 seconds, guys. So watch for it. Send it
on another volcano.
Alright, I'll wait a minute.
Oh, you got a 7? I'm sorry, you got yours. Back on Balk again. Back on Balk, back on Balk, back on Balk. Come on, healers. Woo. Good save there. Tank phase. Sai, we have reset on threat, dude. Come on. You know better. Currently on Balk, watch her.
Actually forgot about Doom.
Alright. Go ahead and lust.
I want rage. I'm fucking standing here auto attacking. It's boring.
Take it.